Hi everyone, this is AJ from Foreign Admits, and today we have Priyank with us, one of the mentors, and we will be understanding how was the journey of Priyank in his masters at when he went to UK. So before any further delay, let's go with this interview. So Priyank, can you please tell us about your profile? What was your profile, and how did you select your university, and how did you select this course, and did you had any work experience before this master's program?
Yeah. Hello everyone, this is Priyank and right now I'm in Queen's University of Belfast. I'm pursuing my master's in international business and my whole profile from the very beginning has been a management profile. So in class 10th I took commerce as my background because I was interested in economics and that made me feel like okay, this is something which I can actually pursue. And apart from that, I completed my bachelor's in commerce from University of Delhi, and the whole thing was there where I actually felt like from the very beginning, accounts has always been a part of me, which has always tried like helped me out to understand the practicality of how the market works. Right, the economics has been there, so everything when I mixed it up, I thought that if I actually want to learn more about the business or how it actually goes on, why not to pursue an profile or a course which has some like internationality in it, and international business was the correct opportunity for me. And when I went on to like search about what all universities actually help us to give those get into those courses, there were few good universities. I targeted mainly UK because UK has been the like biggest platform for masters or I would say higher education, and I like targeted and I had options of like few universities, for example, University of Bristol, then Birmingham, and then Queen's University Belfast. And that like the whole process was a refining process where actually I wanted to see which university gives this course, and out of those courses, which university is ranked, like which university's management school is ranked out like in the topmost. And then I was able to find out that University of Bristol is good, University of Birmingham is good, and Queen's University Belfast is also good. So after that, like refining everything, getting in touch with the people who are basically from this place, like Indians who have actually studied here, I got to know that okay, the whole course is good here, and I can actually go for international business in Queens.
So what was your profile when you applied for your higher education?
My profile was I had done internship back in Delhi, but apart from that, I was actually studying. I was completing my bachelor's in commerce, right? And with that, I took a 1 year gap. To be very honest, I took that 1 year gap to make sure that I'm taking the right decision. And in that 1 year gap, I was actually working in a firm. I was working as a tax assistant. I was helping them out to how actually like it was easier for me to actually work on those profile because I had that forte. I had read about it, and my whole profile has been management profile from the very beginning, I guess.
Okay, and what was your GPA or internship experience, and any research paper,
Yeah.
anything like that?
So my GPA, I would say CGPA because Indian people have CGPA. So my Indian CGPA was 7.36 CGPA, and I think it was good. And internship wise, I actually wanted to get into an internship where management, or I guess where I can actually use the things which I've learned. So my one of the subject was income tax learning, right? And I went to that internship period where the company like was a part of where they were assisting people to file their returns, and in that process only I was able to understand how the return filing is done. And through that internship period, what I actually gained, I was able to like grab a, I would say, a opportunity where I was able to work for a firm for tax assistant, right? So that was my whole journey where I actually got to know that okay, tax assistant is a good part, but what about the whole international exposure of this whole business thing? And then I took a 1 year break. I told you about that, and there I was actually able to like think and get into a decision like okay, this is the thing which I actually want to pursue.
Okay. So what do you think, what was the most important part of your profile that helped you in getting an admit to the Queen's University of Belfast? That's your university.
Yeah, so the thing is the statement of purpose requires right now the things have changed. The statement of purpose doesn't require just what are you doing in your educational part. It requires that how you are actually going for your extracurricular activities. And while I was in college, I have been like part of like variety of societies. I have been a part of fashion society. I've led my entrepreneurship cell society, and also commerce society. So all these things, when you put when I was putting into my SOP, apart from that, all my experiences which I've got, like my learning experience, my internship experience, as well as my job experience, that accumulated together. And I felt like that was the main thing which helped me out to get a job, get a place in this Queen's University Belfast.
Okay. Okay. So let me just, okay. So in how many universities did you apply when you were applying for your higher education?
I applied in, I would say, in United Kingdom. I applied for 3 universities. Then I applied one in New Zealand, University of Auckland, and then I applied in 2 universities back in Ireland, and those were University of Limerick and Trinity University. These were the, like, in total I would say 3, 4, 5, 6 universities I applied for, and I got I guess offer letter from 5 of those. And yeah, so the main thing was I also applied for University of Dublin, UCD, but University College Dublin, but I didn't get an offer from them because their whole thing was on a different level. So they were asking, like, they were giving masters in international management, and that is an MIM course, that is a dual course degree. That was difficult for me. Apart from that, I applied for all these courses, and I have already told you that for UK I applied for 3 universities, that is Bristol, Birmingham, and Queen's University Belfast.
So your course is Masters in International Business, right?
Yep.
So what's the course curriculum look like?
What we do is, when we are in a geographical area, when we are a domestic geographical area, we study about the whole business pattern of that particular area. Here, the whole whole course structure is based on how business is done internationally. Like there are trade barriers and everything. How those things actually work. How an international accounting is done. How, like, international business strategies for MNCs, like big MNCs, they make their international business strategies to work everywhere. And apart from that, like international human resource management. So these all are the few things which doesn't compile only with your domestic area, but also talks about how, like, business has been done globally. Because right now the things have changed, and what we see is the globalized business is the best pattern to work right now, and people are actually pursuing that. For example, I'm out in UK. I guess you are in US, and you also know that how business is like in India, and how it is totally different in US. What are the, like, different policies and procedures to actually start a business there or to start a business here? So that is what you learn while you are in this whole course structure. And this course structure is divided in like 3 semesters. The 2 semesters, the first semester you have 4 different modules, and then the second semester you have 4 different modules. Apart from that, the third semester there is no module. You have 1 dissertation to complete, and that dissertation, like, after 120 credits, our 60 credits of those is dissertation. So basically I would say that the most important part of your dissertation of your whole course is to make sure that your dissertation is pitch perfect. It's amazing. So that's the whole thing, I would say.
Okay. So does this course contain any internship, mandatory internship requirement, or can be done by students?
Unfortunately, there is no internship you get while pursuing this course. There are things like, what we do is, in dissertation there are three type of dissertation which you can actually pursue here. One is consultancy project, where you actually go and work for a consultancy, and if it's like, it depends on your work. If they like you, if you're doing it correctly, if they feel like, okay, you can be taken as a employee there, they hire you. That's I would say that that's the best opportunity you get in dissertation to get into to secure a job. Apart from that, then there are 2, that is traditional dissertation and then academic literature review. In those 2 things, I don't think you will be able to get an internship. So my course doesn't depend on internship. Only through consultancy project dissertation you can actually, if possible, you can get a job here.
Okay, okay, okay. I see. So how is the work visa basically? Is it like different for different courses, or is it the standard work visa related to your course? Basically,
I
what is the
I
job?
guess, yeah. So recently, everything has changed. Like the government has changed all the rules. Before there was no like I guess what is there in Canada and US, like the point system, point based system. Now UK government has introduced that. Before that, what was there is you had to secure a visa. For example, a person who is coming here for as a student has to secure a tier 4 visa, that is general student visa. Now when you complete it, then you go for a tier 2 visa, right? That is student visa, that is a job visa, like work permit visa. And it is different for, I would say that it is different for courses. For example, for CPIM, if you get an internship, then your work visa, your post study work visa, gets extended for 1 more year. But if you don't get a job, then it doesn't extend. Then you have to leave immediately when your visa is like nullified. For us, there is no such thing called internship period. So our visa gets over after 1 year of studies. That's it. And
Okay,
within those 1 year, like 1 year you have your course, and then 6 months you get as post study work visa. So basically in that 6 months, if you're able to find a job for yourself, you get a you get a work visa here. And then there is, I'm talking about, this is tier 2. Then there is tier 5 visa, which is actually a different route to get a job here. What happens in this tier 5 visa is you are able to secure a job. You can say the employer that this is the case, because what happens is, here there are few companies which are allowed to give you tier 2 visa. Not all the companies can give you tier 2 visa. There's a
okay,
list in UKVI website where those companies are mentioned, and those are the only companies which are eligible to provide sponsorship to people outside UK. Apart from that, in tier 5, what happens is British Council helps you out to get a job. Here, if you are getting, like, if I get a job opportunity from a private company, I can tell them that, okay, this is my thing, I have, like, I need a sponsor for my visa. If you're not able to give it, that's totally fine. But there is another process, that is tier 5 visa, where actually you can just give me an employment of certificate. I can give it to the British Council, and then that, in that way, what is happening is the fees is paid by me for securing the job, not the company. The fees of the, like, visa services is paid by me, not the company. And then you get a visa, like work visa for 1 year, which can be extended for 2 years. That's it.
okay. So what's the best part about your course that you liked? That something unique about the course that really separates this university and this course from other universities?
I guess the best part about this course is how you learn the dimensions of, like, business globally. I've been, like, intrigued by the professors. They have been teaching us so well that it's not like ratification. What the I wouldn't I had to say it because the things have changed here. It's not like you have to go and give exams every second time. Like, it's not a process where you are actually mugging up everything and going out and just writing it on the paper, and it doesn't even count. Here, what you have to do is you have to give your assignments. For that, you have to make sure that you are attentive in your classes. For that, you have to make sure that you're listening to what professor are saying, you are able to understand it. And what happens is that in that way you're able to gain that practicality of the whole thing. Like, when I'm studying there, it's not like just I'm studying. They give us opinions, or they give us examples, not only just basis of UK, but examples of outside world. And you're able to know, okay, the things are different in each and every sector of the, like, world. And then you compile together, and then what basically I personally do is I try to compare it with India. Like, is it working like that? Like, what is the difference between India and this country? What is the difference between India and UK? And there you are able to, like, uh, grab knowledge from them, and in return you are also able to give them that knowledge. Okay, this happens in India. And then they're able to give you suggestions, like, okay, this is the case in India. And here the thing is, professors also learn from you. Not only you just learn from the professor. they are able to, if you ask them few questions which they are not even like they're unsure about, they go back, they study about it in the next class, they'll come back and they will have an answer towards that. So
Yeah.
the whole thing is practicality here. You understand that thing, they also understand something, and then there's a, like, I would say, cross connection of knowledge where you are able to share the knowledge within each other.
So what do you think, what are the career scope after taking this course, after doing this course?
I chose this course because it has a lot of wide variety of, I guess, career options. So the module that is international business strategy, you can be a business development personal, okay, an analyst. Apart from that, if you're working like Mike, there was one module of international human resource management. So you have that part where you can actually go for human resource management profile also. I know there are like specified subjects or courses for human resource management, but I chose this because it's not just specified to human resource. You are able to get different dimensions like international accounting. So I have a hand over international accounting too. So I get in part where I can actually work as a like assistant accountant or something, or an executive or something associate level work. And apart from that, then there is we have also a course called I guess that is research methods and techniques, which is actually applied to each and every course, where you understand how your dissertation or the like research works. So people who actually want to pursue PhD after completing their masters, this course helps them out, like what are the research or the techniques to actually complete your whole dissertation process or your PhD process. It's totally different. So basically it gives you an opportunity to actually become a professor after completing your PhD. Different variety of courses, I guess.
Okay. And so what was your like motivation for higher studies? Why not working in India, okay, and gain some experience and become an expert in any of those areas? Why only higher studies? Why not working in the in India?
The thing was, I was always intrigued like with education. I've always been like, when you stop work, it's like people have this I think thought where they actually go for, okay, I'm gonna study until graduation, I'm gonna go for work and then come back and then study. That doesn't happen actually naturally. I know people actually do that, it's great that they do that, but it's my opinion, it's my personal thing that I actually wanted to complete my studies, because right now I'm in that like framework, or I'm in that zone where studies are actually important to me rather than securing a job. If I want to complete my studies, get a proper hand over everything, and then go back with a proper CV where I actually have learned, which like not getting an expertise rather than studying about it and then going on to that job, maybe what happens is you secure yourself 1 or 2 year of doing like associate level work and going above. It's like you have a jump from a small profile job to a big profile, because that is why we have this thing called bachelor's or master's or PhD, because then you are more eligible to get a higher job. So I wanted to work, I thought that let us complete my education first, because right now I'm in that frame zone that I just want to complete and I'm happy doing this. So why not just pursue education rather than going for a job? I completed my job, but it was like, you need something. It's like you need something to earn rather than going back to your parents and just like being, I wouldn't say being a burden, but yeah, being a burden to on them just at the age of 23 or 22. So it's good that you earn something, and within that period you're not sitting back or being a person who has like is not doing anything. You're studying, you are actually researching on how you're going to take your next step. Apart from that, you're also making sure that you are able to like earn something for you. So my whole job process was to find out my education process, I would say that.
Okay. Okay. So what's the like fee of this course?
It's 19,100 pounds. So that's the whole, yeah. So I would say around Indian rupees, it would be around 17 to 18 lakhs, I guess. And now when I see sterling rate, it's around 100. So basically 19 lakhs. And it's like you get scholarships in this one. It's not like you don't get scholarships, but the scholarships which you get are like the first is you get I guess 30 or 40% scholarship, where you have to submit an interview, and if they like it, it's like one in a million chance, because a lot of people apply from everywhere here, and then you have to be at your best while giving that. It's a short video interview, but you have to make sure that you're giving your best so that you're able to get a scholarship here.
And what are your plans after this course, after completing this course?
I have my plans of completing my PhD, right? And with that, I have in my mind that if I'm able to secure a job and that company is able to sponsor me for the PhD, then that's well and fine. Or I'll just make sure that I complete my PhD for now. I just want to complete my studies, and after that I will secure a job after that.
So do you get any scholarships during PhD as well, or how is the scholarship looks like into the PhD program?
It's like you get scholarship in PhD programs. It's there are universities, but the parameter for those scholarship is very high. So the first parameter is you have to have a distinction which is around 70%,
Okay.
which sounds very easy in India, but here it is very difficult, like 70%. And apart from that, then your synopsis is the major factor if you are applying for a PhD in a good reputed university. And then only you will be able to secure a sponsorship where you will be fully funded by that university. So these are the few things which actually help you out. So the basic priority is you have to make sure if you come here, you have to make sure that if you're applying for PhD, from the very beginning of your course, you are maintaining a percentage of 70% above, or else it's difficult to actually get a PhD here fully funded, I guess.
So my second last question is like any difficulties that you faced while applying for this program, and you wish you could have got something else also. Any difficulties?
I don't wish that I should have got something else, because this is the course which I actually thought of pursuing. Yeah, there were difficulties because it's like the journey was from 1 year. So I think the major difficulty was having patience, like keeping that calmness in my mind that okay, I'm gonna go there. But what I did was I got an offer letter 1 year back, right, from Queens, but I deferred it. The only reason for deferring it is because I wanted to make sure that I'm taking the right step. I'm not hurrying into it just to pursue or go abroad and study. I wanted to make sure that I'm taking the right step and choosing the right university rather than just choosing any university and going and studying. And then the major problem arises is when you start applying for the colleges. Like you need some guidance from everybody. There are few things. I think if you talk about foreign admits, they're actually helping out people to understand the basic of the whole going abroad situation. It's not just like you portray something else and then the things are something else. What you do is you start from the basics. Like people should understand that how SOP is made. It's not like what is an SOP. It's people are what we do is statement of purpose. Okay, you need to bring a statement of purpose. But what is in that statement of purpose, that is necessary to understand. You can write a statement of purpose, but majority of the universities would decline it because students generally don't know what is to be mentioned in that SOP or LOR. People actually get a letter of recommendation from I think professors, but does it actually work or does it actually show how much you have worked? So that is all few things which you need to understand from the very basics. Then the application process, it's a hectic process, it's a tedious process, and it's a time consuming process. So you need to be patient about what you're going to do next. It happened with me that I applied for UK visa. My first UK visa application, I don't know why, maybe some internet issues, it got rejected. Like I just paid the whole money and I didn't get any reward from UKVI, and I was like, okay, so that's $40,000 and I don't know what to do next. So then you have to talk to the UKVI and it charges money. So basically for 1 minute you have to, if you talk to them, it charges around 1,000 rupees. So you have to talk to them. So I had to talk to them for around 3 to 4 days, and then they gave me an assurance that this money will be refunded within 24 to 40 days or something. You can start your new application, and that application won't be hampered because of a previous application. So I started. That was the time where actually I freaked out that okay, what to do next, because the money is gone, everything is gone, now what to do. So it's like, but you need to make sure that you have your contacts, from the very beginning you know whom to contact when things go wrong.
Mm-hmm.
That's the biggest part. So I was having all those things in my mind, that okay, so this is the application process, these are the people to contact. UKVI is the first person to actually contact, not any other consultant or anybody, because what happens is, I'm not giving a like vague explanation, it's for people who are actually going. Consultancy can help you file an application, but they can't help you to get a visa. People should know that fact. It's very difficult to make them understand that visa is not something consultancy do. They actually help people out to start from the basic and the end. They will actually take care of yours, or take care of you when you are at your university, but they won't help you out to actually get a visa. Visa decision totally depends on your history. It is nothing to do with the consultancy. So I think just make sure that you are able to understand everything before start applying into any university.
Okay. Any last piece of advice to aspiring students?
Yes, it's like I am not that into that state where I can actually advise them right now that what to do next, what to not to. Just make sure that if you're going, like if you're thinking about going abroad, make sure that you have that passion in you, that okay, you want to study abroad, but also you should have that sensibility that things, like when you go to abroad, things change. It's not like back in India where you are actually spoon fed. You have to do everything from your own, from earning to going to the college to getting up to making food and everything. It's not an easy process, but yeah, you will enjoy it, because then after 1 year or 2 year you become a totally different person. So that is what I can tell. Just the main mantra is having patience. That's it. I had it, so anybody can have it, I guess.